Hello everyone, Elite Clockwoman here. I know I'm late, but still I have to please you with another cool analysis of the special episode. And I even dare to say that the third special episode was the most important in the series, because we actually found out a terrible secret that Big Ben is hiding. And besides that, there were many other interesting moments. And in this video, I will explain to you as much as possible and in detail what is happening at the moment in the series. And believe me, the video will be super interesting, so be sure to stay until the end. But before we get into that, make sure to like and subscribe if you wanted Titan Drillman to tear Counter Titan apart. And here we go. The episode starts with the first timeline that we saw in the shorts format. And as I understand it, this is a continuation of that timeline, and we are shown a battle of the big guys, as the scientist fights against the cameraman and the speaker man, and the bald guy started smiling because he knew that now the Titans would be in trouble since the scientist has a partner. But after the cameraman smashed the little mutant, the TV man showed up and said that the Titans should have bought more time, and it looks like he meant that this battle should not have happened here, and the Titans should have kept the scientist as far to Big Ben as possible. And I'm not gonna lie, Bro was ready to tear his friends apart because the guys screwed up. I also noticed that the animation quality are much better, and it looks like the animators started to pay more attention to the particles, because everything looks very bright and beautiful. But the scientist interrupted their nice dialogue and started to roast TV Man from the back, but he shouldn't have interrupted the Titans' dialogue, and TV Man is about to teach him a lesson. But all of a sudden, the cameraman was attacked by someone, and the bro lost his gun because it was hit by acid, and we met our old friend the Skull from earlier episodes, but he was cooked in 2 seconds. But look at the quality of those laser beams. It's truly insane. But out of nowhere came a few mutants that don't seem like they should be here, since it's literally a dead squad that should be underground. It seems that Baldy is practicing necromancy, as this is not the first time we see dead soldiers, as just recently, Bro revived zombies, and Cameraman decided that he should be the one to finish them off. But suddenly, a portal opened up out of nowhere, and out of it came a crazy and damn strong Counter Titan. But good thing Drillman was also here, and was able to buy some time, and the bro started tearing him apart with his powerful jaws, and I even thought that Drillman could beat him, but this is a Counter Titan bruh, and this dude doesn't care about any damage, so he started to fight back, and was about to rip Drillman's head off, but Speakerman distracted him with his chains. But Speakerman didn't know that this dude has a copying technique, and he copied the hands with the chains that ripped off Speakerman's real hands, and then with one precise shot, he put Speakerman to sleep. And it's crazy that a Counter Titan could defeat our Titans so easily. This dude should have been nerfed, because there is no way that bro could put our Titans to sleep in 5 seconds. I can't even imagine what would have happened if Daddy Clockman didn't kill him in episode 30. Bro can easily beat a whole Skibidi verse. And even after Daddy killed him, the Counter Titan literally resurrected, and most likely we are waiting for a rematch against Drillman in episode 39, but more about that a little later. Because we were moved to the building that was inside the Big Ben, and there we saw the scientist and the chief clockman trying to save the large clockman, because the bro sacrificed himself to save the chief earlier. And even the clockwoman tried to restore him, but her powers were not enough, even though she could restore him before. But I think that time the situation was not so critical, because now he literally exploded from inside because he used up too much energy. But then, the chief tried to use his power, and something crazy happened, as some red fire literally appeared from the floor, which went to the large clockman to restore him. And this is probably the most important moment in the history of the series, because now we have literally seen something mystical. And the thing is that you can see that the chief did not use his power, but this power came from under the ground. And now maybe you can guess why the YouTubers want to blow up the Big Ben. If you do not understand anything, it's okay because it's really very confusing. But let's see what happens next, and I'll explain it in more detail. All the clockmen started to help the chief, and together they managed to bring the large clockman back to life, although it is not clear whether they brought him back to life or transferred him from the future to here, because he appeared in his final form from the future, and it seems that they sacrificed their lives and gave all their power, as only the chief was able to get up after that. But again, something crazy started to happen, as we heard a loud ringing sound coming from the ground and a strong earthquake started, and the building started to collapse, and then the chief hit the floor with his cane, and we saw the red fire again, and the earthquake stopped. Also notice that through the gaps in the floor, we could see a bright red light, and only after the chief hit the ground, the lights went out and the earthquake stopped, and the chief fell to the ground and seemed to die because his clock stopped. And you're probably wondering what the hell happened here. I'll try to explain as clearly and thoroughly as possible. Initially, the chief used his power to restore him, but then another power appeared. And there are two possibilities. Either the chief's power was not enough, and he used the power that was in the Big Ben, or because he spent too much power, he could not control the other power that is stored underground. And to make it clearer to you, the source of power for all Clockmen is hidden underground, and it's most likely a living creature. And all this time, the chief has been holding the creature back with his power. But when he used too much energy, his control over the creature weakened, and the creature's power began to seep through the ground. And it was noticeable that the chief felt pain and almost fell to the ground just as that red light came on. But despite this, he used the power of this creature to restore the large Clockman, and the other agents helped him in this. But because that energy was monstrously powerful, all clocks died because their bodies could not withstand it, and only the chief survived because he's the strongest of them all. And now it's clear why the toilets and YouTubers are trying to blow up the Big Ben, because they want to get the power that's underground. And like I said, it's more likely that it's some kind of living thing that's been imprisoned in this place all along, and the Clockmen don't want that thing to get out at any cost. But maybe the YouTubers want to destroy this creature? Because in episode 28, the Clockman said that he will come back, and that the YouTubers can't do anything about it.
The loop is no more. He will return, and this time, you can't do anything about it.
Maybe he was talking about this creature, that it will come back? But then, it is not logical, because the large Clockman should protect the tower and not let the creature get out. And it is also not logical from the YouTuber's side, because they are going to blow up the Big Ben and thereby free the creature. Honestly, I am confused myself, but I'm sure there's something terrible under that tower. But either way, hopefully we'll find out what's hidden in there soon. And after the chief's death, Large Clockman came to his senses, and he was surprised that all his friends were dead. And he looked at his hands, and it looked like he thought his power had killed them. But then we saw something crazy, as the counter-titan literally ripped off Drillman's head, and we saw the other titans. And Cameraman, despite being wounded and in berserk mode, wanted to avenge the death of the Drillman, but TV Man stopped him and said they can't stay here, and they teleported out of there. But then Clockman appeared in the sky, and the enemies tried to fry him right away, but he used his powers and managed to get out of there, and that was the end of the episode. And it was insane, and one of the most important episodes in the whole series. And the reason why this episode was so important was because we found out that there was something hidden under the clock tower, namely a creature imprisoned under the tower. And it was a crazy plot twist for us. Also, Counter Titan was able to tear off the Drillman's head, and I think that soon we are waiting for their rematch, and hopefully this is the fight where Drillman shows his true form. Anyways, that's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching it. Elite Clockwoman out.